think it's week 13. Week 13. I think so. I think I'm up to 13 weeks since I turned 49. I get to connect dots, connect my weekly dots each week with somebody new, see what's going on in their life. And this week I got to catch up with somebody I've known a long time. And I've seen her dots change and evolve over the years. So it was good to sit down with her and ask her about her changing dots. So let's go meet somebody with changing dots. This is Karen.
Hi.
And I've known her a long time. I've known you a long time, but not to at all suggest we're getting old. Let's start with, what do you do?
Okay. So I'm company director of Richardson and Wrench Real Estate. We're on Warfield Road and we've owned the business for 30 years.
Yeah, wow.
Business owner, but more directly, probably office manager, where I look after more the people, the contact, the communication, the relationships, all the internal part. I'm more into people than I am into money. The thing I do is more about the people.
That's why you probably look after the people side of your asset management, property management business.
So 1,000 rental properties in Caboolture Moreton Bay region, 10 to 24 staff.
Yeah, wow.
So when I think about people, I think about my people within the office and their families and how we look after them. And then if I can look after them, they look after our business and all those relationships of tenants and landlords in properties.
And a family business, and usually when you hear the words family business, there's another family member there, but you're a real family business with some multi-generations going on there. Tell me about that.
Okay, so absolutely mum and dad were in it from the start.
Yep.
And then I joined and then my brother joined. We have had times when it was my husband there, my ex-husband there, his new wife there, my new partner there. My brother Scott has had his ex-wife there. So it's been everyone. Whenever anyone needed a position where they wanted to contribute to the office or contribute to our family, come work in the office because it's our language of love. Our business looks after us and all of everyone around it.
And now it's predominantly you and your brother Scott running the business. Two very different people doing two very different roles.
We are extremely close brother and sister. There wouldn't go a day that I don't speak to him. We would see each other 5 days a week. He's very money focused, finance focused, community focused. He could do figures like that, where I do the people and I look after the staff and their well-being and how they operate together. But we both have the highest value of our office culture and our family values.
Yeah,
we link them both together somehow and well intertwined.
You're one of the very few people I talk to at what would other people consider a unnaturally early time of the day for them. You and I have often had conversations with 5 a.m. in front of it or something like that, because you're one of those people that get up early.
I am one of those people. I feel like I've always been. I feel like I have more energy when I get up in the morning. I get going with things. I do plan. So the night before, my clothes are out ready. You do the same, don't you? This is my shirt. This is everything ready. These are my shoes, even down to my socks are all lined out. I get up, I get going, and I'm out. If I press snooze in that 10 minutes, I could give myself 1,000 excuses just to eat bed for the day.
Yep. I often tell people when it comes to running, they go, what's the hardest bit about running? And I say, it's the 8 meters to your front door.
You've got to get out of the house. I get dressed. So I'm 4:30 a.m. and I go to my first Pilates class at 5 a.m. So I'm at Pilates at 10 to 5. Only takes me 20 minutes. Get up, fix up, get out the door. And then when I walk out of that class at 6 o'clock, I've just trained for an hour. My well-being, my mental well-being is in a really good headspace. And I often walk out and it's still dark now. This morning it was 9 degrees.
Yes.
Walk out in the dark thinking, God, I'm going to smash today. You can't be negative. You can't be upset. You can't be down on yourself. You can't be thinking anything bad. Just go for it.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I have some of my best conversations. I can do phone calls. I live in the city. I work back here in Caboolture. I drive for 50 minutes to work each morning. I can do some of my best phone calls, clear thinking, planning while I'm driving.
You just mentioned the city. Now, you were a Caboolture local through, and now you live in the city. So tell us, that's a little different.
I feel like one version's old Karen and one version's new Karen. So we moved to Caboolture when I was 16. 3 years ago, had the sea change. I went to a clairvoyant. And she said, "You're going to move somewhere close to the water with lots of window." And I love light and bright. And I just that week looked at a brand new ARIA building in the city at South Bay.
Yeah, awesome.
So the clairvoyant said, "Go for it."
Lots of windows, river.
Actually, I'll tell you, she said, "You've got two options. A risky situation with light windows by the water, or stay with what you know and be stuck in what you know."
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh, get uncomfortable and try something new, or stick with the old." And I wasn't sticking with the old.
Favorite part of living in the city?
Complete change of lifestyle. Honestly, I think you rise. To be a new, fresh, outgoing, just a different person. I'm up, I'm out, I'm at the coffee shop with other business people who have all been awake early in the morning, done their training and heading to the office. And they're all talking about, "Hey, how's your day? What do you got on? I'm doing this interview. I'm doing this. I'm doing it." Interesting. And then you do run club with people at that time of the morning and everyone was out by the river in the city. Yes, we're like little ants and go back to our one apartment and then we go down to our car and go. So I don't have this beautiful big acreage land or grass, but that's okay. I don't know, just different. I feel, well, fresh, energetic living in the city.
Yeah, awesome.
Little own restaurant,
Mm.
socializing, walking everywhere. I drop my car home on a Friday afternoon. I don't drive it again until Monday morning.
Yep.
I walk everywhere.
Yeah, the city's great for that.
Yeah, it's just you're out and about and you're around people all the time. So you never feel lonely. You always see someone.
Yep. You mentioned old Karen and new Karen. I remember old Karen had a husband, two wonderful kids. New Karen has a girlfriend, a granddaughter. I'm not even going to put a question at the end of that.
Mm. Old Karen did what was expected. Old Karen, high school sweetheart, got engaged first, got married first, had children, do all that kind of thing. And people would look and think, "Oh, that's a perfect family." What's a perfect family nowadays? I think we were stuck in a hole where you did what your parents did, or what your parents' friends thought was right, or what the people down the street thought was right. Came to a point where I started thinking you don't have to stick in that situation when it just doesn't suit you anymore. I think I outgrow things.
Mhm.
I think I want to keep wanting more in life. I want everything before I close that door. I'm happily married. I'm divorced, still a very good friend. Do you know that Katy Perry song? I kissed a girl and it's like, didn't think that happened. All of a sudden, I feel like I fall in love with people, male or female.
Yeah, wow.
So I met a woman, and whilst it put my family through a lot of stress, I had the courage to be vulnerable and say, "This is who I am now." And luckily enough, my family loved me no matter what
Mhm.
and supported me. And it was then okay for me to love whoever I want, as long as it was a safe, healthy relationship. Had a relationship. I had another very long-term relationship, engaged to be married to a woman, very much in love and very stable and secure. And we just outgrew each other. Still best friends. And now I moved to the city. And I am extremely happy just being me with an absolutely incredibly attractive, interesting, inspiring woman. And we just bring out the best in each other whilst going out for dinner and having a great life. Both being business owners and just bouncing off each other to get every part of life we can.
That's awesome.
Get the best.
You like meeting people? Connections are important to you?
Connections are one of my highest value.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a lot of work on what's important to me and meeting other people and inspiring them while also getting inspiration from them as well. So I think it's going to be a two-way street.
Yeah, awesome.
I love listening to people.
Mm-hmm.
So I love people that are interested to share and be vulnerable and tell you their story.
Yeah, wow.
Don't we learn something? You and I often will say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And you go, "Oh, I feel like this." And I go, "May not necessarily agree straight away, but I'll probably go do some research about it." And then come back and go, "I love that."
We've actually had great conversations. We often catch up and talk about the similarities in our lives. We're both in real estate. We both come from family businesses. We both are community minded. We're both fitness freaks. And I think some of those conversations, when you're having them with people that understand those lanes you live in life, can be quite beneficial.
I think you try and connect with people that are like-minded at the time when you're like-minded. Your version of who you were 10 years ago compared to who you are now is completely different. Probably with all their same underlining values and thoughts, just maybe the outside was different, so people didn't talk to you the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I think the same thing. I enjoy being around people that will ask me questions, listen. It would be difficult to be best friends if you were a night owl.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be aligned with the same kind of values and the same kind of lifestyle to connect.
And some people evolve in life and some don't. And I think we stay friends with the ones that evolve at the same rate we do.
And you don't have to talk every day. Like, friendships are different. The other thing we do really well that I appreciate from you is I don't have to ring you every week, that you know that if you wanted to ring me and ask me something, I'd be there. But you don't have to be. Some people feel like to be best friends, you have to talk to them every 2 days. No, you don't. You just have to know they're there if you needed them. Or if you've got something exciting to share, I would ring and explain to you and you'd understand and share my excitement, not be jealous, not be upset, not be angry, not to wonder or jump in and tell me your side. Just listen and share the excitement.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Sometimes it's the difference in the little way you think of it. Instead of being happy for, happy with you.
I love happy with, and ask more questions. Oh, I'm so glad that makes you happy. Why?
Yeah.
Why does it make you happy? What about it? When I'm ever catching up with friends, I normally ask, what was the best part of your day? Because I want to know. And immediately you'll go think of something exciting or something that made you feel good. Nice for me to know that what you feel good about. Even at family conversations, if ever you're with someone you really can't pull a conversation out of, just ask them what was the best part of their day. And they're going to immediately go to the positive rather than the negative.
What's in the future for future Karen? You've talked about old Karen. Now there's into the city Karen. What's future Karen got?
Future Karen's got to run the city to Cirque in 3 weeks' time. It's only 14K. Iconic run, fantastic vibe. Cannot look forward to it anymore. It's not about going there and running a fast race. It's about having fun. Future Karen looks at life about in relation to having my cup full. Whether that is health and well-being, am I eating well to keep everything working for my age? Am I spiritually? Have I done some grounding today? Have I worked on my meditation? Have I journaled today to keep my brain working? Future Karen wants balance. Is that a strange thing to ask for?
No, not at all. I think that's wonderful.
Balance for me is really happy. I don't need high highs and low lows. I just want to be content, and I feel like I am every day. So if I come to work 4 days a week, I will give my absolute best 4 days a week. And if I'm working from home one day, it's okay to work from home. I have to be in the office 8:30 till 5 every day to be a good employee. I can do that a little bit differently. And if I'm feeling exhausted, take the time to break. I just recently felt a little bit overwhelmed. I took the day off. I took 2 days off, actually, included Sydney for a couple of days to do some of the favorite things I enjoy. And I came back bigger, better, stronger, happier, healthier. So I think sometimes you've got to admit when you're exhausted and refill your cup.
Thank you very much for talking to me today.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
How
Pretty
far do you live
easy.
from the casino?
600 meters.
You know it in distance?
8.5 minute walk.
Now you moved recently. How far did you move?
5 levels. I went
Coming up in the world.